So today we are going to be looking at all of the shapeshifters from Team 1 all the way through to Team 4. We've got a lot of the SBCs in and we're going to rank them on basically how good they are. Are they going to survive the changeover from shapeshifters into footies? We've got great to the game icons coming out as well as heroes. Footies obviously is going to be in full swing. It is massive. Because we are going into a switch of quadruple and even 5 playstyle pluses, we are more than likely going to see a lot of these cards go. Now, if we were to look through a lot of the icons, and we're going to do a kind of quick rundown of these. We're not going to go too crazy in depth with every player because realistically, you know full well that unfortunately Gerard isn't going to make it the whole way through footies. Whereas Ronaldinho, a Maradona, a Patrick, they could survive a decent amount. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Now it matters massively on, are they going to get another upgrade as well? Can you see a 98 or 99 Ronaldinho great to the game? Yes, I can. And I think that is where shapeshifters have gone. For the 4 teams, they've just put everybody in as much as possible to then spit out another upgrade for them because they don't want to finish the year with a 97 Patrick in striker. More than likely they'll give you another upgrade on top. Now obviously when it comes to a lot of these top end cards, they're pretty up there. We did see a kind of a little upgrade for the greats of the game obviously last year, so it more than well could be a potential final Patrick card. Whether we see an SBC for a lot of these, well, time will tell us such, and we're in the path to glory at the moment anyway, so most of the kind of icons and heroes are going to be in the forefront on the absolute there. So, straight off the bat, we obviously know Maradona is an easy one. I know full well that Cruyff, Ronaldinho, is an easy one when looking at this list. Eusebio is most definitely up there as well. They are the kind of easiest upgrades that you can find. They're going to be the best cards that you could physically get at this moment in time of them cards. Maradona was downloaded when the card weren't in there, so just bear with that one. They are very easy to know that in terms of the most expensive icons, of course they were going to be some of the best. When it comes to the likes of Patrick, I think he goes down a little bit. I don't think he goes through footies as an absolute top star. I could see him dropping down out of the top meta. I really can. It's just an easy one to know with that one. When we look at the rest of them, obviously you've got the likes of Mia Hamm. I think she would be the same. I think during footies, she will be dropped out massively. Not necessarily by choice, but the fact that she's got a better version as a striker. Even if it is an evolution that you've got, for instance, her version, the 89, you can already evolve that one up to the 96 already. You could just keep doing that. So that is why that card is 2.1 mil still. It's a very in-demand card with the stats that can get upgraded. The 97's fantastic, but we don't want to see her in a centre mid. And it's the same with, it's kind of the same with Patrick. You want him as a 97 or 98, just not in a striking role. Cantona, a bit more of a newer player coming into this. Again, one that I would consider pretty decent. Whether I see him as the top of the top, I mean, I definitely could. I think I could see him top of the top over Rio. So, personally for me, if I was looking at this, I think Rio, very much like Patrick, very good card. Absolutely stunning. But he'll drop out during footies. I think Cantona could stay. I really think at 98 rated with the 5 playstyle plus, and that's a key with a lot of these players. I know Rio has that as well. I think the 5 playstyle plus is going to be a massive difference here. But Cantona can play in that cam role, which is almost in that solid position with him. We've got the likes of Owen. I think he would kind of keep himself into a very usable sort of state. Butra's a funny one, as I do think if you did do him, you made a solid choice, especially if you did put him into the 98 Evo. As much as I wasn't a massive fan of the fact he was so expensive to get him into that 98, if you have done it, it is a very good card. I'd say the same for Kaka. I mean, in terms of him, when you look at him at the end of this season, he's obviously 97 rated with the 5 playstyle pluses. Good playstyle pluses to say the least. Can play right wing, striker, left wing, rapid, brilliant, incisive, nice, low driven, finesse and first touch. I mean, what's there not to love about that card? If we could potentially go with him as another Evo to get him into the 99 as well, that card is going to be incredible. It's a really, really nice free... Technically free is the premium side of it, I believe, but if you know what I mean, you don't actually have to finish the SBC. You put, what, a tenner onto the game for the premium pass, or even buy it with coins, so I suppose it could technically be free if you've got that 500k. So it's a solid card to have, in my opinion, and I really think they've done very well with integrating this premium rewards with some of the players they've given us. They've also done very, very badly on some of them, so don't worry. I'll give praise and knock it down at the same time. We then look at a few of the other players that we've kind of got on board here. Bobby Charlton, again, I'd go further down on him, just because realistically, you don't want him as a centre mid. He's kind of in that cam. He's got a defensive playstyle plus on him. You want him as that cam striker more so than anything. So I could see him with a better upgrade. One that is always interesting, because Smith is there as a 98. I think rating-wise will hold her alone. Again, another one I don't want to see as a left back. I think Teo Hernandez, during the footage portion of view, now he has moved into the Saudi League. He's guaranteed a footies. So you know that is going to be the left back that everybody runs. Failing that, great to the game, Roberto Carlos. We're going to get loads. We get Ashley Cole more than likely. They are 100% gonna take her role. So it's a bit unfortunate. Gerard obviously would go into more of the usable. I mean, you could even argue that you could go for more of a Evo for him, but to be fair, Gerard it just isn't a right wing whatsoever. And I know he can play in that cam, so realistically, if it was only right wing, right mid, left wing, I'd go miss. Because he could play that cam only, I would go into the usable side of him. I think the same for the likes of Casillas as well. After footies is going to get ran out. Vidic was okay. I didn't think he was as extraordinary, but he was okay. Van Nistelrooy would do the same. I don't see anything too crazy in him. To be honest, I'd possibly even miss him. Same with Berezi. In fact, yeah. In terms of an SBC price, he's not bad. Like, it's not overpriced, but it's not good either. Baggio would probably be the only one available, because them three are the only icons at the moment that are available in an SBC. Sauer, just again, not... I feel like she's okay as the left wing. I don't think it's her preferred position, but okay at best, I would say. I think you could put in a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Kind of same with Stoichkov. He's another one that I think could have been slightly better, and he could have had a better run, to be honest. He's had some wonderful cards over the generations. Obviously, his footies was phenomenal last time, as well as his future star. It was his World Cup that definitely put him up a little bit more, but the 91 this year didn't do anything. And again, we've got the cam, but we've got intercept on him. It just kills the vibe of him, in my opinion. I just don't think that card is going to survive footies very well. And you got to remember, footies comes with a crazy amount of good cards, and could see another upgrade on Stoichkov. We've got a lot of icons in this. Carfu, I mean, just because of Carfu, I'd possibly put him up into that very usable. He's always been a very good card. I would say the right back's going to be the better position for him. Good old Bex at right back. I mean, you're going to go CDM. Again, if I was looking at him from a CDM point of view, I'd go usable. As a right back or left back, I am most definitely not using Beckham there. It's just not happening, to be honest. We then throw into heroes. Now, to be fair, we didn't have many heroes. These are very easy to kind of go with, to be honest. It's a very up and down sort of promo here. I don't know if there's really many that I would suggest that would hold the time. The only one, and it will be purely based on Evos more than anything, will be Hazard. Just because of Evos, as long as he can get some sort of quick step or rapid on that 5th playstyle plus, you'll be absolutely fine with him, because he's got the low driven, he's got the finesse, press proven's fine, 5-star, 5-star, great stats across the board. He will be great with an Evo with a 5th playstyle plus, and that will be the only one. I like Yaya Toure, but very much like Patrick. Brilliant in that position, but I want him in the midfield. Same with kind of Lucio. Great CDM. I want him as a centre-back. So it is an unfortunate one for them that I would say after footies, you might even get a better version of them evoed. And this is the problem, because if we look at someone like Yaya, is great as a 97 right now, but we could most definitely have done this 93 and already made him into a 96 with a quadruple. You could then take the 90 and have upgraded him 10 times over and still done that. You can do that with the 89 as well. We can put them into that 95, 96 category with lower and lower cards. Now, obviously, the stats may not be as impressive as some of them, but most definitely it will put them in a ballpark. And this is just the evolutions for right now. Think of in 2 weeks when we get footies upgrades. It's gonna be massive. So these cards, if you don't want them in that specific position, you don't really have to have them. Even if this is their final card on the game, if you don't get any more JJ Okochas, you don't get any more Crouches, bar from him being a goalie in this one, you're not gonna have to worry about that. You're gonna just evo in a different position. Now, obviously, Crouch, I'd go semi-usable. He was an alright goalkeeper, but I still don't pick him over the Donnarummas or Courtois at this point. I don't think they've had a keeper that I've been that impressed with, even Company. I mean, I really didn't like Company in this, so I would put him in the miss personally. I'd go with Schneider as more of a usable... to be fair, I'd go Evo more than anything. Lucio will go with Patrick. Warren weren't bad. Again, left back, not going to be my position. So personally for me, I would put him in the bin. Nor wasn't really anything. Marquisio weren't terrible. We'll get on to him. Berber, very similar. Abide Pele as an objective wasn't bad. Not the greatest version. I'd possibly go into an Evo at some point with him. Obviously, a lot of these heroes were just throwaways, unfortunately. So when it comes to the footy upgrade, it's just not going to happen. Now, obviously, with Berber, I think the Evo, like Butra, was okay. Like, it was a good upgrade. It was a bit cheaper. But at that point, I don't need a centre-back from him. It's just not really needed at that point. Which then puts us into the Shapeshifters category. Now, we've sprinkled in a few of these SBCs as well. A lot of them are going to be just misses in general. A few of the low ones, the Colemans, all of them, they're going to be in that miss category because that's just the point of the fodder players. So I'm going to put all them in, and then we could discuss some of the high ballers. So as you can imagine, there's a lot in the miss. Realistically, during footies, none of them cards are going to be worth it, unfortunately, to them. Then that's just an unfortunate byproduct of fodder more so than anything. If we were to look through a lot of the top end, you're looking at 97s, 98s. Now, there's going to be a lot that come under that kind of category where you know that they're going to be worth the money, realistically. So if we kind of go through some of the top end sort of cards, obviously we're looking at the likes of a Liao. I think with an Evo, especially with the stats that it's got, will definitely produce. Can't argue whatsoever. You then obviously look at the likes of a Rashford. Another one that I think is up there most definitely. Whether I'd say he's absolute top, I wouldn't. I'd say he's a good player. At the very minimum, he's good, not the craziest. Now, obviously, if they did him in a striking role, could be an argument, but not going to be too crazy. Harry Kane, absolutely up there. He's one of the better ones. Theo Hernandez, another one. I think he's one of them players that personally you could put him in any position and he does well. He's almost like the Marcelo of this era of a left back. Every position is phenomenal in. We saw the likes of Marcelo with a shapeshifter winger was exceptional, as well as then the left back in his many team of the year forms, and he did wonderfully. We have the likes of a Rodri, I personally really like. There has definitely been a few drop downs as well. If you go over to Footbin and look at kind of your versions and look at the shapeshifters that we've got from here, you can see in terms of pricing, we haven't got many that are absolutely up there with the best of them at this point. Like, you look at the pricing on a lot of these players, you've kind of got your best one at 1.6, 1.3 for Kane. Griezmann, obviously a great shout. Karchawi, another one at $1 million. Putellas at $1 million. Whether I'd consider them two to be the top of the top, I most definitely don't. Doku, solid card again, coming in at 98, same as Reece James. There's a lot of them that unfortunately won't stick at that top of the top level. I think even Griezmann, when you look at him with his 90, was he 98? Or is he not? Where has he gone? I've seen him somewhere. He is 90. It's going to take me a second to find him. There, found him. I was going to say, I just didn't go that far. 98, I think he's up there. Especially if you think of an upgrade for him, if you had a quintuple Playstyle Plus. He's a brilliant card. He's 98, he's 1 rating off overall. He's one of the best that you're going to get right now. Now, obviously, some of the 98s, it's the Playstyle Pluses that really come down to it. When you look at the likes of Karchawi, she's got solid Playstyle Pluses. Finesse, First Touch, Quick Step, Low Driven. There's not too much wrong with the card. It then goes down to body type, it goes to acceleration type, it goes to just generically, do people want to play with her? That's really what it comes down to in a fashion. When we get these 99s, that is the kind of final straw with them. So when you do look at a Puteas, when you do look at a Karchawi, I'd prefer to have them in their specific roles. So unfortunately for them, even if they got 99 with the best playstyle pluses, but they're in striker, it doesn't matter who it is, but if it's an Mbappe that's coming in as a 97 with the same playstyle pluses, unfortunately they are going to take over. It's just not going to change any other way. Puteas would definitely be the same in that sort of role as well. We then have the likes of Doku. I think would be very similar in terms of he's got to be in the very usable more so than anything. I don't know if I'd go with any of these into more of your kind of Evo category, especially because most of them being 97, it's going to be very hard to think of who's going to be your perfect Evo. Like when it comes to it, we could put 97s and Evos. Is Saka the choice that you make? Is Reece James as a 98 the last evolution you're going to do? It's a big question mark. It's a really, really big question mark. And I think with them, it's always going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to whack everybody in and then we'll kind of move on forward. Because I think right now, if I was looking at the top of the top, I'd possibly say, other than maybe like an Evo Gavi, potentially the same for Hendrick. I think Hendrick has got the ability to be up there. I think most of these now would be either in the very usable, or maybe even in a certain miss category as well. So that is going to be my final list for them. We've kind of go through them. Obviously, there is the same top meta. I think they are going to be players that you could personally use throughout footies. They're very usable. You could still use them. I'm not saying that they're going to be completely obsolete with footies, but a lot of them will be replaced. I do think the top meta, if they don't get another card, they could be still used in their positions. And most of the very usable, to be honest, is just a personal preference of positions. You look at kind of a lot of the usable, it's like a Valverde. I like the card. I could definitely use the card, but I prefer him in centre mid. He's going to be more beneficial there when we have the striker. Same with like an Isaac. If he gets a 98, 99 footage striker, there is no way that I'm using that 97 centre mid at all. Even if he got a 97 or a 96 striker that is released after with a quadruple or quintuple, then that is going to be the personal case for it. Obviously a lot in the usable. There's going to be a lot in the miss category, as we can imagine. That was quite easy to know, to be honest, just because they are going to be there. Like, there's going to be plenty available. But that's going to be my list for the Shapeshifters. Let me know down below if you're using any of these players and do you want to get rid of them straight away when footies happens. We'll cover everything when we do get to footies. But for now, make sure you like and subscribe and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.